Hello, and welcome back to Decaying Daffodil. Yes, that is the name. Today is a pretty special episode because it's special episode number 3, my favorite number. Love the number 3. I was born on April 3rd, so that's why I have a lot of association with the number 3. Today is a really nice cloudy day. It's really pretty outside. It's not like flaming hot. You're not going to evaporate for the first time in all summer. It's like 71 degrees, and as you can see, I have someone very special next to me, and it is my boyfriend, aka Tanner Polson.
Hello, YouTube land.
So I am going to interview him today, because if you don't know, he's pretty much a legend in the metal scene,
Oh,
honestly.
shucks.
A lot of people here in Idaho love him, and pretty much across like the world have like known him for a while. If you don't follow his music account, Summoning Redemption, you should.
Follow it.
He has like a lot of followers there. Like I want to say like 6,000 maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and
I
like
don't. I don't keep track much.
yeah, it's pretty cool. He's been posting there since 2019. I want to say
2018.
2018. Wow, that is a long time. We're almost
Yeah.
approaching a decade in 3 years. How do you feel?
I, I mean, that doesn't feel real at all, to say the least.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
It feels surreal enough that I've been doing that for over half a decade now.
Yeah, it has been more than half almost, or
Yeah,
pretty much, yeah.
it's crazy. And it's in 2 years. 2017 was when I first actually started getting into metal.
Mhm.
So in 2 years, that's gonna mark 10 years of me being a
Wow.
metalhead.
And we'll
So
get into that in a little bit because I definitely have some
yes,
questions for you. I have a lot of them.
okay.
But for starters, I wanted to ask what was your childhood like in school and your family? Like the dynamics and friendships and the teachers, people in general?
I mean, back in like elementary school, mainly elementary school, I did get bullied quite a bit because I my teeth used to be kind of screwed up. But I mean, other than that, I didn't go through like too much hardship in school. Aside from that, like I still had friends. I still had good friendships, and
Mhm.
I've had a good relationship with my family who I've lived with.
Mhm.
Um, despite some like there was some shit that's happened, but like I won't go into detail, and I won't let
Yeah,
the
you don't have
negatives
to.
outweigh the positives. But I mean, it wasn't a bad childhood overall.
Yeah.
There was definitely a lot of fond memories and stuff.
Did you have a good, like, easy time with, like, learning stuff in school?
I mean, to an extent, I guess, yeah. It got harder over time, but I
Mhm.
mean that's a given.
Yeah. Do
Uh,
you
yeah.
remember your earliest memory? Or do you have, like, any, like, fond memories from your childhood that were, like, one of, like, the first of anything?
I mean, my earliest memory, the earliest memory I could think of, I I think it was like I don't know. My memory's gotten like worse over the years, but like
Mhm.
when I was like I don't even remember how old I was, but like I was like still a baby, probably a couple of years old or something. I was like in the crib, like just in my
In,
bedroom
like, a baby crib?
upstairs.
Like a
Yeah.
real crib?
Yeah, like
Mhm.
upstairs. Like the hallway was dark, but it was like daytime. I don't know. That's all I remember.
Okay.
I don't really remember too much else though. Like that's the earliest thing I could think of. I obviously can't remember the moment I came out of the womb or anything
I
like
don't think
that.
anyone does.
Yeah, but
Any, like,
yeah.
any special moments, like, at the movie theater or something, like, from when you were really young?
I mean, um, I mean, I used to be scared of going to the movies because it was so loud
Oh.
when I was like really young anyway. But
Mhm.
like I used to like have to wear earplugs because it was like so loud.
Mm,
I had like a big. I guess I used to have a big fear of like really loud noises, which is
mhm.
kind of ironic compared to now.
Yeah, we're going to shows like almost every month, just very, very loud. But you wear earplugs then too, which is great. You definitely should wear
Protect your
earplugs.
hearing.
Please don't get hearing loss from metal music or just music in general. Don't do it. It's not good. Um, how did you get into metal? You said that you started in like 2017, but like how did it happen? Like was it like through the radio? Was it like a family member? What was it like? Like
I
what
mean,
happened?
back when I was like a little. Well, it was like way before this, but like when I was like way before that. But when I was a little kid, um, my older brother, Trevor, he would like play Guitar Hero,
Mm.
and like I kind of got introduced to like some of that type of music that way. Like I didn't play, but like I would like kind of spectate,
Mhm.
and like the music was like kind of fascinating to me, but like I wasn't ready to like admit that yet.
Mm.
Um, and also like many years later, like which was like closer around the time I actually first started getting into it, just from like watching like YouTube montages, like video games and stuff. That's
Mm.
kind of like that's I think that's kind of what really like kicked off like the fascination for me, and the rest is history.
Mhm. How did you find Slayer? Was it through Guitar Hero?
I looked up. It sounds kind of ridiculous, but like when I was first started getting into metal, I wanted to like look for like the heaviest and fastest and most extreme stuff.
Mm.
So I looked up I looked I looked up something like heaviest death metal song or something, and that's how I found the music video for Repentless by Slayer.
That's a very niche song. I don't even know that song, but I'm gonna have to listen to it now.
It's pretty popular, but yeah, that's kind of how I found them and started getting into thrash,
Mhm.
and then at some point later I would start getting into death metal and stuff, and the rest
Mhm.
is history.
Yeah. What made you start documenting metal? Like, what made you pick up the camera and start like uploading them to YouTube?
It's fun. I like capturing these like fond memories for myself to look back on,
Mm.
and also for other people to look back on, whether they were there and want to reminisce, or whether they weren't there but want to like feel the euphoria that comes from like watching live videos of like, especially of bands that they haven't like gotten to see or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just have fun doing it, and I also like to. I also really like doing that with like bands in the local scene too, because it helps. It just helps get them noticed in a way, gets the word out there, and it's
Yeah.
a good way of like supporting them.
Yeah, and that's good
shout
that
out,
it's fun.
shout out to the local scene. Shout
Yes.
out to all my friends that play in bands.
Yes.
You know who you are. I love you.
We love our band playing friends here for sure. All throughout the world and everything and beyond. Um how did you find the more extreme underground metal stuff? Like how did it like just start, like how did you start adding that to your belt,
I mean, it took me a minute to appreciate it, but I found Hammer Smash Face by Cannibal Corpse. Like it was like a few months after I like got into like metal and thrash and stuff. It was like I guess kind of my first exposure to death metal, and like I thought it was a joke at first because of the vocals, but like it only took a couple months for me to get used to it, and I listened to like a couple other Cannibal Corpse songs, and then I discovered a couple like death songs and Obituary and Pestilence, and then I started getting in getting into and discovering bands like Deicide and Dismember
Mm,
and Suffocation. Morbid Angel especially was like a big one. They helped change my perspective on heavy music in general.
that's
Very important
awesome.
band for me. And yeah, no, that's kind of how it started for me, and I never looked back.
That's so funny you say that because for me in like high school, I saw this one video of these guys playing Hammer Smash Face in their classroom, and that intro where that like bass solo happens, this like one of the classmates dudes with the long hair, he started like mimicking the bass playing, and then as soon as like the beat like the everyone started playing, he was like banging his head, and I was like, this is awesome. This is a cool song. And that's so funny you say that because yeah, that's a very like groundbreaking song. I feel like for a lot of people, like once they find that, they're like it just opens their third eye in a way.
It's what one would call a certified hood classic.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so now I have a very very hard one. Um,
Okay.
if you could only listen to one band for the rest of your life, who could it be and why? And I feel like I know the answer
It
to
would
this,
be
but
Cannibal
why?
Corpse. They're my favorite band, that's why.
Yeah, yeah, they are pretty iconic,
And they
honestly.
have like 16 albums. I
Yeah,
mean,
you could never get bored of them.
exactly.
So, another question is for another niche underground scene, the brutal death metal community. Why do you think a lot of the brutal death metal community is like misogynistic?
I think it comes. I feel like it comes from like the extremity of like the themes in the music, and I feel like some people indulge in that stuff a little bit too seriously, and they take
Yeah.
themselves too seriously to the point where
Mhm.
they like have these like certain behaviors
Mhm.
where they they reenact that toxicity in one
Mhm.
way or another.
Yeah, like they take the lyrics a little too literally, you know. I get that.
Yeah,
Yeah. That makes sense, honestly. Like a lot of the themes in brutal death metal is like strangling a woman or killing someone basically, and I mean, some people find
yeah.
that good, but
And I write about that shit too, but like
yeah.
you don't see me like glorifying misogyny or
Mhm.
like, saying sexist shit or whatever like that.
Yeah. So, I have another question for you. What are your thoughts on bands nowadays like releasing overly produced albums like compared to the older stuff? Like I get that it's like, you know, you have those you have more variety when like as you're growing older as a band and you have more resources. I understand that part, but like
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on it? Like do you like it? Do you hate it?
It's kind of hit or miss. I mean, I usually don't mind it too much
Mhm.
as long as it's not like to the point of like certain deathcore bands out there that like have this like crystal clear, almost diamond sounding production. It sounds too clear.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Where
get
it's
that.
like, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hit or miss. Like
Mhm.
sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, just depending on like what the style or sound is or whatever. But
Mhm.
overall, I usually don't have like too much of a gripe with it.
Mhm. So a year ago, you helped out create the very first Boise Slaughterfest here. Congratulations on this year's very successful one, by the way. It was
Thank you
really
very
fun.
much.
It just happened last week. If you guys missed it, I'm sorry. There's always next year, though.
Next year will be even crazier. Volume 3
Yes.
coming next summer.
Yes. So, what bands or solo artists would you like to have for future Boise Slaughterfest? It doesn't have to be the year coming up, but like any future ones, you know, like any ideas?
I mean, some like big ones that I'd love to somehow try and help get out here would be like internal bleeding, cephalotripsy, putrid pile. Those are like a couple of like the big names, but like when it comes to
Mhm.
more like underground, stuff like kind of in the like the West Coast region. I mean, I definitely want. I would love to get Iron Front. I love them. Shout out to the homies from the Bay. I would love to get Skelm as well. They're a really cool death metal band from Washington. They're one of my favorites.
Mm,
Um, there's like a whole laundry list of others that I'm trying to think of off the top of my head, but
yeah.
um, Desiccation from California. They're one of my favorite like kind of new-ish brutal death metal bands,
I
and
agree. They sound really nice, and like you were mentioning earlier, like that overly produced sound works for them very well. I feel
yeah,
like.
it's
Plus, they were
unique.
yeah. Plus, they were really nice to me at Gord. They were very awesome people.
They're cool guys. Really cool
Yeah.
band. Um um
Well,
yeah, there's a whole bunch of others I'd love to get. I have
I'm
that
sure
I just can't really think of too
that's
many
okay.
right now in
That
the
is
moment.
a-okay.
But yeah,
So, most of you don't know, but we have been dating for like 2 years now.
a little over two
Um,
years. Yeah,
we we did the long distance for a little while, but my home situation, I just needed to get out of it. And I'll probably get into that to another in another episode. It's just a really touching kind of emotional kind of thing. So I'll save that for another time. But my Tanner knows all about it, honestly. So um
yeah.
what is your favorite memory of us?
I mean, I mean, one of them is definitely the moment we got back home from the long road back up here when you first moved here. Like immediately when we first got back, that was like one of the biggest moments of relief I've felt.
Mm,
And also, I mean, around the time we first got together too, that little like that little like honeymoon phase when we like first met in person and stuff. That was also really magical, really special.
which
I, I,
part was your favorite?
I mean, just like all the days we spent together before you had to fly back home,
Yeah.
during and after Idaho Death Fest weekend of 2023.
Hmm.
That was that was a special time. I've never experienced anything like that.
For me, it was waking up the next day when we first cuddled that night, because when I woke up, we were still cuddling. And I was like, this has never happened with anyone before. This is awesome. It felt like,
How do you think I felt?
yeah. Is there anything you feel we should have done differently so far?
um, I don't know. Not that I can think of off the top of my head. I mean, we're happy together. That's what
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah. So, do you feel like we are a good team?
We are.
That's good. Yeah.
We work together efficiently.
Mm-hmm. Since this is your first relationship, like very successful one, I might add, do you think it has gone better than past situationships slash talking phases?
1000%. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're okay, like you feel confident about like our connection and everything.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
Back in like 2022 December, that's when I found your personal account. Um, and I immediately got obsessed, might I add. I'm like miles and miles away from you, and I'm like, oh my god, he's perfect. But did you think we would end up together?
I mean, way before we got together, I mean, I had thoughts about it. Like, I was still on the fence though, because I didn't know how I felt about like long distance stuff.
Right.
Like, I don't know. I was at a weird point in my life,
I feel like me too, honestly.
but I mean, overall, like deep down, I felt like it was like kind of inevitable, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah. So, this is my last question for you. What are you most excited for in the next 10 years?
I mean, I can name a few things. Getting, further building this life that we have together
Mhm.
and our connection, and building upon our own personal lives too, and
Yeah.
improving with things. Because these past few years, let's not kid ourselves. Like, for the world in general, have been kind of a shit show.
Yeah, it's definitely very scary with like the censorships throughout like the world kind of just getting more censory.
Yeah,
It's not pretty.
yeah, and also I'm excited to finally finally make some more music and release music and play live and go on tour one day and stuff. Um,
Would you see yourself doing like one tour a year kind of thing, or would you see yourself being like on tour all the time?
I want to try someday. I want to get to the goal of at least like maybe 2 tours per year,
Mm,
hopefully. Um,
yeah,
and
but you don't want to be like on the road all the time.
that sounds it sounds like a good time and a bad time.
Yeah, it's not for everyone for sure. Like
Yeah.
when we drove here from Texas when I first moved out here, that felt like a freaking tour in itself, and we weren't even playing shows or anything, but all that driving and just being in the car for so long, it's a lot for a lot of people, but like also if you have
Yeah.
like a tour bus, that's also a flex, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
um
Most people don't have the luxury of that.
yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a privilege to be on the road for that long and all the time pretty much. It's a lot on the body as well.
Yeah.
Um well, I think that's all the questions I have. I just wanted to quickly revert back to our fits for today.
I'm wearing Cryptopsy, Blasphemy Made Flesh. She she actually gave this shirt to me like a while back,
Back when I saw
which
them in, I don't remember, maybe 2023, I think.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
that
I was on
year.
my period, so I couldn't like really be standing for that long, which sucked. But I do love that shirt, and I haven't stolen it yet, but I definitely will get around to it. I'm just not a very colorful person, honestly. Like colors are just a lot for me. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah.
constantly in that goth vibe, I guess.
Yeah. And as you can see, if you look closely, I'm wearing Tomb Ripper death metal from Spokane, Washington. They just played Slaughterfest last weekend and did awesome, and they should be coming back to Boise here pretty soon. They're awesome. You should check them out. I love those dudes.
Is that the band that has the member that has like those really big gauges?
Yeah, he was wearing the Misery Whip shirt.
I
Yeah.
didn't even see that. That's wild.
Yeah, it's their
Dude,
bass
his gauges
player.
are so cool. I hope to have like pretty big gauges like that one day. They're pretty small still. Like to me, they're kind of still in that little baby. Winnie had juniors kind of small, but
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome. For me, I am wearing a Houston brutal death metal band. I might butcher the name, but I necro
Necrodualistic Anomaly.
necrodualistic. Thank you. I keep saying necroanomaly or malamy or something. Necrolog
Anomaly.
anomaly.
Necrodualistic Anomaly from Houston,
Yes. Shout out
Texas.
to them. They are very sweet people. They play really good brutal death metal.
That band's
They
sick.
are the homies. Yeah, you should definitely check them out if you don't know any of these bands. If you're into that stuff, if you're not, that's okay too. Um, hmm. I think I think that's everything. I don't know. Do you have any like messages for the people, any advice or anything?
Skin Cushion will be returning to the stage hopefully soon, and we'll have new music on the way eventually. Sorry about the long wait, but it'll be worth it. And Slaughterfest coming next year, next summer. Be prepared. And I
Yes.
love all my friends.
Yes, I love my friends too. Maxilla is playing their very first debut show on September 11th. So if you guys have the time, that would be awesome if you could make it. Yeah, it's my first time seeing in metal vocals in front of people live. I've never even done that before either. Like I've never done like karaoke or anything. Like my mom would do that and like she would like go to karaoke bars. Well, not karaoke bars. There would be like restaurants that have karaoke in them and she would like sing Spanish music and she does a good job. She would do it at home too. It's pretty cool. So, it's in my blood. It's about time I do it on stage. I'm excited for that.
We'll be good.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know if I have any messages for the people except for yeah, um uh YOLO. I don't know. um Bye.